Have you ever asked yourself why African Americans are not relocating to Nigeria, but rather they are relocating to Ghana? Let's watch this video together. But before we watch the video, please don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe to the channel, and please turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever I post amazing content. Let's watch the video together, guys.
So over the weekend, I traveled to Hong Kong. And on my way back from Hong Kong, I did a transit in Addis Ababa. And guess what? There were heaps of foreigners on the plane from Addis Ababa to Accra. And I was sitting quietly, I asked myself, what have these guys seen in Ghana that we, the normal Ghanaians, cannot see? So when the plane landed in Kotoka, I approached 3 foreigners. The first person I approached, I asked him, what have you guys seen in Ghana that's making you guys come in numbers? What's going on? So the first guy told me, let me tell you, Ghana is one of the best places to do business. And I'm like, really? Yeah, he goes like, Ghana is one of the safest places to do businesses. So I was like, okay, thanks for this. I approved the second person. And he goes like, yeah, Ghana is one of the peaceful countries in Africa. And I'm actually working on getting Ghanaian citizenship so that I can move all my family to Ghana. That is what the second person told me. So the third person told me the profit that he makes in Ghana is more. He's making more profit than the amount he was making in his native country.
The real reason why African Americans are moving to Ghana. African Americans are moving to Ghana in record numbers. From New York to California, more and more African Americans are packing their bags and moving to Ghana as a part of a growing trend called reverse migration. Why? Because there's an abundance of opportunities waiting for them in this West African country. With growing industries like mining, agriculture, and technology, Ghana is an excellent place for anyone looking to build a future for themselves. Let's take a closer look at the 5 biggest reasons why so many African Americans are moving to Ghana. 1. The Ghanaian economy is thriving. Ghana is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. It has a GDP of $192.5 billion and a GDP growth rate of 5.5% in 2017. The country also has a booming mining sector, which makes up a big part of its economy. The nation is also a major exporter of cocoa beans, gold, iron ore, and other minerals. It also has significant potential in the agricultural sector, with a variety of crops that could be grown in the country. Ghana has an emerging middle class with growing demand for food and other goods. As more people join the middle class, they'll have more money to spend on necessities and other goods. This economic growth has led to positive changes in the country, including an increase in the healthcare sector and an increase in the number of schools and universities. 2. Ghana has a low cost of living for expats. Ghana has a cost of living that's much lower than the US. That means expats will save a lot of money by not having to pay for the cost of living in the country. They can also enjoy a very low cost of living in the country by living in expatriate communities. Expatriate communities like Accra and Tamale have a low cost of living and a high quality of life for expats. These communities are popular destinations for African Americans who are looking for a new home. 3. Ghana has great education opportunities for children. There are several good schools in Ghana that offer quality education. This means that any African American kids who move to the country can send their children to good schools. This is a great way to ensure that your kids are able to grow up and get the education they deserve. Unfortunately, there aren't many public schools in Ghana. This means that parents will have to pay for private school tuition. This is another area where African Americans can enjoy a low cost of living and high quality of life. 4. Ghana is very safe for families and women. There has been a push in recent years to make Ghana a safer country for women. This has led to a push to increase the number of laws that protect women. This has led to an increase in the number of women who are safe to walk outside at night with no fear of being attacked. These laws have also led to an improvement in the safety of Ghanaian women. That means that they're much less likely to get attacked than women in other countries. This is a great chance for anyone who is thinking of moving to Ghana with their family. The nation continues to be a very safe place for people from all walks of life. It's also a very safe place for single people. That means that African Americans who move to Ghana can enjoy a very low chance of being attacked due to their race. 5. African Americans can help shape Ghana's future. With widespread migration from other countries, such as the US, Africa is becoming an even more important region for international business. Companies are looking for easy access to large consumer markets. This means that many companies are moving their headquarters to Africa. With this migration, these companies are bringing with them jobs for local citizens. This means that African American expatriates can be a big part of shaping the future of Ghana. How to move to Ghana as an African American. As America's melting pot, Ghana is a great place to move as an African American. First, explore the possibility of moving as a family. It's important to consider what kind of life you want to lead in Ghana. Are you interested in working in a specific industry, or are you open to exploring different opportunities? This will help you decide if Ghana is the right choice for you. Next, start building.
Here is why African Americans are moving to Ghana. Ghana was the first country in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence, and this was under the leadership of Kwame Nkrumah. It is this status that motivated the migration of African Americans. They looked up to Ghana as the new promised land, compared to how they were unfairly treated in America. The country served as an inspiration to people of African descent, whether they were originally from Ghana or not. American civil rights activist and writer W.E.B. Du Bois also settled in Ghana till his death, and he was buried in Accra. At the time of migration, he and some other activists moved to Ghana to contribute to the development of the country and also escape racism in the United States. Kwame Nkrumah welcomed the African Americans into the country, and he even brought the civil rights activists into his inner circle as advisors and political allies. And since that time, more African Americans have applied for permanent residence in Ghana. To encourage their migration and visits, the country decided to offer them a special visa. We're also aware that many Americans visited Ghana last Christmas. Will this be their regular destination? Keep following.
Guys, from this video you just watched, you could see how Ghana has become home to a lot of African Americans. They are finding peace whenever they come down here to Ghana. A lot of them have left everything they are doing in the US, in the UK, in Canada, and they have decided to come live here in Ghana. And many people have been asking me these questions. Why are these African Americans not relocating to Nigeria? I shared some videos some days ago about some African Americans planning to set up a group for African Americans to start returning back to Nigeria. And I made some advice there. I gave out some advice on that video that if the government of Nigeria really wants African Americans to come back to their roots after doing their DNA, they should try to put things in place, thereby making sure the country is conducive for people to live in. If the country is not conducive, there will be no way African Americans would want to come back to their roof. Nobody wants to go back to a country that they won't find peace. Everyone wants to go back to a country that they will have peace of mind, and that peace of mind is what everybody is looking for. People are leaving the US because most of them are depressed. A lot of African Americans, they are depressed in the US because of how the life over there is structured. And that is the reason why when they come down here to Ghana, they feel so happy. Their depression vanishes away. Everything they've been thinking of, all the bad thoughts they have been having in them, it just disappears. Because here in Ghana, they are highly welcomed. They treat them the way they would treat people. They don't discriminate them here. And that is the reason why a lot of African Americans choose to come down here to Ghana. And not that there are no other African countries they can go to, like Nigeria or Kenya, but they choose to come down here to Ghana because they have heard a lot of things about the country Ghana, and that is the reason why they come down here. So guys, I don't know what you think about this video. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification to get notified whenever I post amazing content. To all my African Americans, please comment down below and share your experiences with us why you decide to come down to Ghana instead of going to Nigeria. Thank you for always watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.